Apple just released macOS Golden Gate version 27 developer beta 2. As you can see on this MacBook Air M2, this update came as around 16.96 gigabytes. In the last update, we had a Q at the ending of the build number, and now we have a G. That G tells us that we are getting very close to a public beta 1. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of July, which is going to be when we'll get developer beta 3, we'll get a public beta 1, probably a week after that. First things first, I noticed as soon as I updated that the Siri icon, even when it's not currently activated here, due to the fact that I installed the macOS on an external drive, it now reverts back to the normal icon. Previously, it was showing that new icon even while it was not activated. Also, on the menu bar, we can now right-click stuff for third-party apps. Yeah, right-clicking now works. Back then, we could not do that. This is me right-clicking, also right-clicking, also right-clicking. One very terrible bug that plagued a lot of users was right here in accessibility and zoom. I'm happy to tell you that every single thing that was disturbing you here is now fixed. Yeah, I even have PTSD when I think about turning it on again. Yeah, people on Reddit also confirmed that, yeah, it now works fine. Some people said that the dock was looking pixelated. As far as I can tell, it looks quite normal. Let's take a screenshot and see. Yeah, this looks normal. Oh, that looks pixelated. Yeah, definitely pixelated. It means the bug is still present, if that's even a bug Apple has noticed. I know I used to see this from time to time in macOS 26. Sometimes it was more HD, sometimes it looked pixelated along the edges. I don't know, tell me if your dock also looks like this. First, you'd have to reduce the size to be this small and then take a screenshot the way I did. In the last beta, we had a bug with iPhone mirroring. Yeah, I tried testing it. For some reason, it refused to work. I have restarted my Mac and my iPhone a couple of times, unpaired and paired them back in the screen mirroring settings, but it keeps showing me these timed outs. I want to believe this is not a bug, but then if it's happening to a good number of you watching this, it's probably a bug. Yeah, it refused to work. I don't know why, and this has never happened, so it's quite suspicious. Apple will officially end support for all Intel apps with macOS 28 next year. Yeah, and right now, if you go into settings, general, and about, you can now see the Intel apps that will not be supported. This is Sideloadly, the one I use to sideload apps for free on my Mac. For some apps, you would be able to see an option to check for an Apple Silicon optimized alternative. Yeah, this is just like a little installation I did on my external drive. That's why we don't have more apps here. Yeah, but I'm sure on my main partition, there'll be a lot more apps that are going to be kicked out from Apple Silicon next year. There was a certain bug we used to have with music when we tried to look at the visualizer. Apple mentioned it right here in the release notes, but let's see if it's still present. So for instance, let's try this particular song and window visualizer. Yeah, back then on beta 1, it used to bring like, a black screen, but that doesn't happen here anymore. It now seems to work, although I don't understand what I'm looking at. Maybe you can tell me, but it's some sort of visualizer. Currently the music is paused, but let's see how it happens when it's playing. That's quite interesting. Currently playing. Okay. Sorry for not telling you about the flashing lights warnings. Yeah, this is definitely not good. We need to exit this straight away. On beta 1, we had this issue. According to Apple, it's still a known issue. While using an app in full screen mode, let's say this one now, and then you enter mission control, the dock would persist. But right now, it doesn't really seem persistent. Yeah. Notice the dock went down immediately. Let's try that again. The app is in full screen right now, and then we enter mission control. Oh yeah, now that's persistent. Definitely persistent. The dock is meant to go back down, but it's not doing that, which means actually the bug is still sort of present. I'll say it's not as like prevalent as it was on beta 1 since it can even go down here. But I don't know, it's kind of on and off from what I'm saying right here. On beta 1 when I tried it, like it was so stubborn. This is one known issue with mail where smart mailboxes might not update while you're using mail, and there is a workaround provided. There are many workarounds provided for many of these bugs, so you might want to check out the documentation and the release notes to see for yourself in case any of these apply to you. Let's check this one out. In apps like TV, podcasts, and Apple Music, the window controls may become unresponsive. That's like minimizing whatever this is. Okay, this is the regular window. So basically they said when you adjust like the playhead, the buttons, this still works and this still works. It means this particular bug does not apply to me, which is good. We have one here in messages. GIFs and pasted images might render as the incorrect size. We have this image here, copy and then paste. Also looks normal. Yeah, so I guess that bug also does not apply to me. This looks nice. Metal, that's the graphics API. Metal 4.1 now supported. Let's see the graphics page in system info and see if there's any mention of 4.1 there. Graphics. Oh, Metal 4. Maybe they didn't want to add 0.1, but it's nice to know they are still updating the graphics API. One important thing I think you should know is that I saw on Reddit from my research that disabling SIP, that's System Integrity Protection, for whatever reason it now works. Previously on beta 1 it wasn't working. If that info is useful to you, I think it's good you know that. Alright, this one definitely applies to me. Software updates, background security improvements cannot be installed when your startup disk is an external storage device like mine. Too bad for me. That's the same reason I can't even review Apple Intelligence for you guys. This is Thunderbolt. When connecting to two identical displays with same model and serial numbers, the first display will work as expected, whereas the second display might not light up. Yeah, you should definitely take note of this. I also heard that Coconut's battery was not showing anything on beta 2, but let's see if it's true. Yep, that is definitely true. Coconut battery is not showing any info. Funny enough, on beta 1 it was working. I tested it out, yeah, before installing beta 2 on this Mac. This is crazy. Alright, right here we have Bartender 6. As you can see, it's still practically useless on macOS Golden Gate and completely broken. So we can as well quit it right here and be done with it. On the bright side, at least we can now right click here and quit it, unlike before. It keeps opening back. Is that supposed to be another bug? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bring out the big guns. For the record, whatever you do, do not open Bartender on this macOS 27 Golden Gate. You would not believe the hell I went through just to quit the app. The app kept opening and opening and opening itself. I could not even delete it because it was open. On beta 1, the CPU scores looked like this. For beta 2, they look like this, slightly better, especially on the multi-core end. Yeah, and I ran this as soon as I just updated, which is quite impressive due to the fact that there was definitely more indexing going on. For the GPU, we have 43 and 42. That's basically the same. So there is not much gain or loss in terms of performance. If anything, there is a gain when you consider this. For battery, obviously I can't even talk about battery anytime soon because I run this off an external drive. USB 3.2 Gen 2, there is definitely a lot of power draw. But anyways, this is how I could break down macOS 27 Golden Gate Developer Beta 2. There are still some bugs with third-party apps. I can notice them already. Some other apps, so of course I would never recommend you use this as your daily driver if you do a lot of productive work. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. Let me know your comments and if you have any takes or anything else I should know or anything I missed.